First question is, what inspired you to start acting?
It started out as a hobby. It was something that I did when I was working at the psych wards and substitute teaching and in grad school. And I had always acted in grammar school and high school and college. But then it just started to pick up more and more. Started doing extra work in Chicago, industrials, commercials, and then it just grew. And then after I left my job at the health department at the city of Chicago, I said, I'm going to LA and do this full time. So I did.
And so with your audition to the office, you were actually running late and sweaty and everything, right?
I had gone to the audition. I had a couple of auditions that day, and one of them was the office. I got there, and there were like 50 people in front of me, and it was a hot, kind of clammy day in L.A., and I said, well, I have time to run to my other audition on the other side of town. Got there with no problems. Coming back, I ran into every slow-driving person in the world, and by the time I got back, I was wrinkled, disheveled, and cranky, and which is just what Stanley needed to be. So I sat down with Phyllis Smith, who was the casting associate for Allison Jones, and when I got back, they said, "Oh, thank you for waiting this, a long time," and they didn't know I had left and come back. And I sat down and read with Phyllis, and Greg Daniels, the executive producer, said, keep going with after you do the scripted dialogue, just keep doing improv. And so I started talking about the traffic I had run into and all that with Phyllis. And as a result, I ended up getting the part of Stanley Hudson. She got the part of Phyllis, who became Phyllis, and we sat across the desk from each other for 9 seasons. And as a matter of fact, I just saw her last week. She's going into her 2nd season of OA on Netflix. So fantastic show. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out.
Some of your favorite memories from the show?
Rolling across the parking lot in bubble wrap, napping, but being rolled.
Just like you're catching a medicine. The size of my haunch is...
Doing my pratfall on my face. Just, being able to get up at the crack of dawn and go and do something that, has been so long lasting. And, we were on a lot where we didn't see anybody else except each other. Now we get to come out and see fans, and the show is now open to they're cheering. A whole new generation of people are being exposed to the show. So, and we appreciate them watching.
I love it. I watch it on Netflix. I used to watch it every night because I never watched it when it was first on. So I loved it and loved your character.
A wee baby when it was first on, and now you're all grown up, and you see that the personalities are always in school, at work, at church, wherever you go. Those personality types are prevalent. So the bodies get older and bigger, but those personality types are everywhere you will ever go.
Question. So you have pretzels. Do you still make those, or?
Yes. If you go to lesliedbaker.com, you can order our pretzels. We also have crossword puzzles. We've got pins. We've got, posters. We've got this Valentine's Day, we did our Valentine's Day cards that, we've got holiday cards. We've had a Christmas crossword puzzle, so, for people who like crossword puzzles, they make excellent gifts. They're good for you to just, if you want to give somebody something and not break your bank, but, we've got things.
Hobbies that you have that nobody might not know about you?
Hobbies, well, this started out as my hobby, so I don't really have too many hobbies since this. I mean, I cook, but...
And you had a little musical album too. So.
I did do a music video. That was my assistant's idea. We were sitting around the pool one day, and we came up with these lyrics, and he said, that would make a great song, because he's a musician, career-wise, but he was just helping me out. And he said, let's record it. I said, okay, fine. And then after that, he said, oh, that sounds good. This will make a great music video. I said, and you'll direct it. He said, I've never directed anything in my life. I said, well, it's gotten this far, you'll direct it. And that's the result. So we had a good time.
And then any advice for aspiring actors?
Do as much as you can. Do stage, do community theater, do industrials, do extra work, plenty of extra work. You get accustomed to being on set. And if you're in school, make sure you take accounting and finance and business law, because you're going to need to be able to manage your money, read your contracts, and accounting. Make sure you take those courses, because when somebody is, dealing with your money, you want to make sure you can see what they're doing with it. And always sign your own checks. Manage your own money. Don't let somebody else manage your money, because otherwise you will end up without any.
Did that ever happen to you or something?
No. No. From when I was a kid, my parents always said, manage your own money, always sign your own checks. So that wasn't something that, I had to wait until show business to find out. That was just from, I guess they figured, eventually you're going to end up with a little change in your pocket, be able to keep up with it, and live slightly below your means, and you'll always have means. Mm-hmm.
I like that. Well, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Thanks
And
for
love the
dropping
show.
by.
Yes, thank you. Yes, sir.